Module 8, Media, Communication and Technology in Activism and Social Movements. 1. The evolution of media in activism print media era. Distribution of pamphlets, manifestos, and underground newspapers was the earliest tool of mobilization. Examples: Thomas Paine's Common Sense during the American Revolution, anti-apartheid pamphlets circulated secretly in South Africa. Limitation: limited reach and slow distribution. Radio and broadcast media. Radio gave activists a real-time voice, particularly in resistance movements across Africa and Latin America. Example: Radio freedom in South Africa provided anti-apartheid messages despite censorship. Limitation: government monopoly often suppressed dissent. Television and globalization of struggle. Civil rights protests in the U.S. gained legitimacy when TV broadcasted police brutality against peaceful marchers. Vietnam War protests used TV to expose state violence and humanize civilian suffering. 2. Media as a tool of mobilization. Information dissemination. Activists use media to spread grievances, demands, and calls to action. Identity formation. Media creates collective identity. For example, the Occupy identity was born online. Legitimacy building. Media portrays activists either as heroes or as troublemakers. Framing shapes perception. Narrative competition. Movements fight states and corporations for control over the public narrative. 3. Communication strategies and activism. Storytelling as power. Personal testimonies. Images of suffering and symbolic acts. Kneeling, hunger strikes, sit-ins gain traction through media amplification. Symbols, hashtags, and visual culture. Raised fists, masks, Guy Fawkes/Anonymous, or hashtags serve as unifying tools. Example: #NSARS generated solidarity across Nigeria and diaspora communities. Framing and counterframing. Activists frame issues as justice, rights, and humanity, while opponents frame them as chaos, illegality, or foreign influence. 4. Technology as a weapon of activism. Live streaming protest. Platforms like Facebook Live, Instagram Live, and TikTok allow activists to bypass traditional media gatekeepers. Encrypted messaging, WhatsApp, Signal, and Telegram enable secure coordination under authoritarian surveillance. Citizen journalism. Ordinary people document injustice, creating an evidence base against state narratives. Data and analytics. Activists track police violence, gender discrimination, or environmental destruction using open data. 5. State and corporate response. Censorship and shutdowns. Governments cut internet access, for example, Nigeria during #NSARS, Egypt during Arab Spring. Surveillance. Digital spying on activists using spyware, phone tapping, and AI facial recognition. Disinformation campaigns. States and corporations spread false narratives to discredit movements. Platform regulation. Algorithms sometimes suppress activist content while amplifying state propaganda. 6. The dual nature of media. Empowering role. Connects activists across borders. Amplifies marginalized voices. Mobilizes donations and resources. Risky role. Overexposure leads to easy surveillance. Short attention spans weaken sustainability. Virality does not always equal structural change. 7. Case studies. Arab Spring, 2010-2012. Social media fueled protests in Tunisia, Egypt, Libya, and beyond. Twitter became a platform for coordination, while Facebook events were used to plan demonstrations. Outcome: some governments fell, but authoritarianism adapted with stronger surveillance. #NSARS, Nigeria 2020. Hashtags mobilized young Nigerians against police brutality. Global solidarity, diaspora protests, and funding through cryptocurrency. Government response: freezing bank accounts, attempting internet censorship. Black Lives Matter USA 2013-present. Originated from a hashtag, #BlackLivesMatter, after Trayvon Martin's death. Spread globally after George Floyd's murder in 2020. Media attention forced police reforms, but also backlash through All Lives Matter counter-movement. Future directions. Artificial intelligence, AI, used both for activism, fact-checking, trend analysis, and repression. Predictive policing, censorship. Blockchain and decentralization, potential for censorship-proof activism and funding. Virtual reality and immersive media. Protest storytelling in immersive ways. Global solidarity networks. Technology will increasingly enable transnational coalitions. Conclusion: media, communication, and technology form the backbone of modern activism. While they empower marginalized voices and fuel resistance, they also expose activists to new vulnerabilities. Successful social movements must therefore master strategic communication, digital security, narrative control, and technological adaptation.